Coach, I know you mentioned the halftime, a little bit of a slow start, but you went into the locker room 23-24, they're scoring, so you're down 8. What was the message of the team at half?
So we were trying to identify some things offensively. Some of the frustration from our team in the first half offensively was our own system execution, our own scheme execution. And so we weren't on the same page about why we were running certain things and what we were trying to get out of it. So we tried to clean that up. And then if you notice, we had a nice little start to the second half. I think we got it 4 at one point, maybe 6. And so it felt good, but then we couldn't sustain it. So we were just trying to encourage them that it was literally some schematic things. It had nothing to do with effort. It had nothing to do with, it was, hey, when you're in this situation, this is what you need to look for. When you're in this matchup, this is what you need to look for. And again, part of it is, and I don't want to use this as an excuse, but with a young team with a different lineup rotation all the time, you're at shoot around trying to figure out if guys are going to play or not. That's hard. But then, as I was telling Kyle at Rockhurst before the game, he was apologizing for all the injuries and the stuff we're going through for a second straight year. He's like, I just can't believe it. I can't believe it. And I said, yeah, well, here's the problem. I appreciate you saying that, but you're actually happy that we're going through all of it. So we can't use it as an excuse. It's a reality. And we'll keep growing and we'll keep teaching. And that was my message after the game to the guys. It's also why Monday hurt so much, because that's the game we had won. We got close out because what's in front of you immediately, but then you also, as a coach, know what's in front of you down the road. And I knew the talent, I knew the scheme of Rockhurst and the job Kyle's done. And, Rockhurst just deserves a lot of credit too. They flat out just beat us. They beat us.
Kind of midway through that second half, you looked like you went through a taller lineup with Justice, Will, and then you put Adam Fuller in there for 3-4 minutes. Were you trying to go taller or just provide some sort of spark?
You want to go here because I can really get into the weeds. Yes, we wanted the way they were guarding. We thought that the certain matchup with Adam would allow us to do certain things to help free ball handlers and also himself, while also using Will's length and activity to go offensive rebound because we weren't shooting it really well. So we thought that those two don't usually play together, but with the lineups that Rockhurst was playing, we couldn't run the base stuff with the lineup we had because they were switch heavy. So then we thought if we could force a matchup where they can't really switch and we could take advantage of it, it was good. And then we did that until I think the 904 mark or something. And then if you notice, I went really small. And so we went the opposite route with it, which was okay, instead of trying to pick on matchups, let's just spread them out and play fast. We had success some in both, not sustained enough to really feel good. But that's the old, like, kind of shooting a dart sometimes, and that doesn't feel really good as a coach. You want to have more conviction in what you're going in. So yeah, I mean, it's a good observation by you as far as the lineup combination goes because you're searching, but you don't want to search in a game. You want to do that in practice. But the reality of the roster situation sometimes is you got to try to get creative.
You've got 3 non-conference matchups before traveling to S&T. You saw Kyle has been pretty consistent this weekend. You finally saw Justice Sutton and Ashton Germain get hot in the second half. What do you need to see from your guys in these next 3 matches in terms of getting more consistency and getting some more support for your guys before traveling on the second?
Um, hmm. I think maybe consistency. Um, I don't know, consistency and dependability. I'd have to look at those. Could be synonyms. I guess if anybody watches this press conference, I can put it in the comments and tell me if it's. We have to be able to know what a player's going to do as a staff. His teammates need to know what they're going to do. And then they need to be able to do it rather consistently. There's some up and down. But if we don't know what they're going to do, there's a synergy component of 5 guys. And if one's out, that's 20%. So you want 100% connected. But then the consistency of it is, oh, okay, we could play with some ups and downs. Whereas right now, it's like huge ebb and flows. Part of that in their defense is what we've talked about with, at shoot around. Can he go? Can he not go? Is he going to play tonight? Is he not going to play tonight? Because then you can't get the practice reps. So now what we have for the next week is the ability to do that, to say, okay, if we're in this lineup, here's what we got to look for. If we're in this lineup, here's what's going to look for. But we're playing more towards an identity offensively and defensively. I thought by and large for the majority of the game we guarded pretty well, and then we just kind of ran out of gas and their talent took over at the end. But some consistency, some dependability would be probably what we're looking forward to. And then also just some leadership, right? If we get a couple guys back in the rotation, that allows some guys to feel a little bit more confident, a little bit more comfortable in maybe what we're asking them to do. We're asking a lot of these guys right now. But like I told them, you're 15% of the way through your conference season now. So you got 85% of your conference season left in a wild year in the league. And so, we'll keep coaching them. I know they're going to keep working.